Hi, I'm Jennifer from the Worcester branch of the Wayne County Public Library. Are you going anywhere this summer? I know I'm not, but I'm okay with that because I'm always happy to travel with books. And today, I'd like to share with you a handful of newish romances that will carry you away to new places while you enjoy your staycation like I will. This first one is for the book lovers. Much Ado About You by Samantha Young. Evie Starling needs an escape. The last failed date, one who didn't even show up or text an excuse, was the last straw. And after being passed over for a promotion at work, Evie loses it. She quits her job of 10 years and starts looking online for a vacation to get her mind off her failures. What she finds is a 4-week vacation in a quaint English village, staying in rooms above a bookstore and including a temporary position working at that bookstore. This completely enchants the bookish Evie, and she quickly gets caught up in the business, the life of the village, and the charismatic Rowan Robson, a local farmer whose friendly flirting tempts her, despite her belief that a holiday romance could only end in heartbreak. This charming romance explores the adventure of following your dreams and being open to new possibilities. The characters are relatable and engaging, and while the book addresses some serious topics, the story overall is an uplifting one with a requisite happy ending. Choose this book if you dream of owning your own bookstore, appreciate a flirty romance with a bit of steam, or simply can't resist a handsome hero with an adorable dog. Next, we have a European adventure in Paris is Always a Good Idea by Jenn McKinlay. Chelsea Martin's life has been in a holding pattern for 7 years since her mother died of cancer. Focused on her work, raising funds for the American Cancer Coalition, she doesn't realize that she can't remember being happy until her widowed father surprises her by announcing his upcoming marriage. Determined to find her own happiness again, she goes back to when she last felt that joie de vivre on the year-long post-college adventure that took her across Europe and included 3 men with whom she had fallen in love. Chelsea decides to take a leave of absence from work and to retrace her steps to find those past loves. Colin from Ireland, Jean-Claude in Paris, and Marcelino at an Italian vineyard. But her boss also needs her to stay involved with her biggest fundraising project yet, and to work with her annoyingly competent and charming coworker, Jason, to seal the deal. As Chelsea travels across the continent and back through the years, nothing goes quite as planned, except for finding her joy again along with an unexpected love. Again, this book has relatable and mostly likable characters, and the idea of revisiting your past to add sparks to your present and future is one that I'm sure many of us can appreciate. While unresolved grief is a motivation for Chelsea's adventures, the book as a whole contains a great deal of humor and heart to balance it. Choose this book if you dream about past loves, enjoy slow burn romantic tension, or just want your own European vacation this year. If a tropical beach vacation appeals to you, you might enjoy Meet Me in Paradise by Libby Hubscher. Maren Cole has played it safe since she was 17, when her journalist mother died on assignment and left her to care for her reckless younger sister, Sadie. Sadie, who has created a jet-setting career of her own, returns from her assignment looking the worse for wear, but she manages to persuade Maren to take a sister's spa weekend trip to a tropical island. But when Sadie misses the flight, Maren gets her luggage mixed up with a newlywed, and the handsome stranger who took Sadie's seat on the flight ends up rescuing Maren. The cautious older sister learns how to step outside her comfort zone and open herself to love. While this book takes place in an idyllic location, it has its serious side too, as the reader slowly discovers the reason behind the trip. The characters are well drawn with all their quirks and frustrations, and you'll want to cheer Marin on through her adventures. Choose this book if you long for your own island getaway, love a good sister bond, or appreciate just a little bit of heartbreak before you get your happy ending. What if your ideal getaway is less of a vacation and more a complete change of life? Welcome to Twice Shy by Sarah Hogle. Maybelle Parrish, a hopeless romantic, is stuck in an unsatisfying job with a so-called best friend who betrayed her by catfishing her on a dating site. So when Maybelle discovers that her great aunt has died and left her a charming house in the Smoky Mountains, she decides to make a clean break in her life and pursue her dream. The trouble is, this inheritance isn't quite what she thinks. It turns out that her great aunt left the entire estate to both Maybelle and to Wesley Kohler, the gorgeous but grumpy groundskeeper who has an entirely different vision for the estate. But as they work together to clean up and renovate the house, they learn to let down their guard with each other, revealing the embarrassing but sweet truths about themselves and finding a path to building a future together. This story is pure sweetness, from Maybelle's daydreams of her own vividly described coffee shop to Wesley's gradual thaw through the little notes they pass back and forth. There are no surprising twists to the plot, just two people learning to grow in ways that bring them closer together. Choose this book if you like your romance sweet with just a little sexual tension, if you enjoy a good fixer-upper, or if you appreciate plenty of humor with your love story. Finally, you'll find sugar and spice and all things nice in Rosaline Palmer Takes the Cake by Alexis Hall. Rosaline's life is not as successful as she had once hoped. She dropped out of college to raise her daughter Amelie, and she barely gets by working at a local stationery shop. But she's landed a spot on the nation's most beloved baking show, and she's determined to win the prize money and give her daughter the life she deserves. Rosaline's focus is challenged from the beginning, though, after a meet-cute with the suave and intelligent Alain, one of her fellow contestants. She enjoys the budding romance with him, but also finds herself developing a friendship, and maybe more, with shy and handsome electrician Harry. I love reading books that depend on good food as part of the plot, and this book is no exception. The book's baking competition is filmed on weekends, and the plot weaves between those weekends and Rosaline's everyday existence, revealing how the competition highlights what she wants to change about her life. The people she meets at the competition are an entertaining bunch of characters who help Rosaline find a new perspective on her life. And the recipes are so deliciously described, you might want to have fresh baked goods on hand while you read. The book is very British in its humor and its slang, which might not be to everyone's taste, but it's still a feel-good read for food lovers. Choose this book if you love watching the Great British Baking Show, wish you could bake your way to happiness, or want a tasty romance to sweeten your day. If you are interested in reading any of these books, you can request a copy through CleveNet or find the ebook or e-audiobook on Overdrive. In the meantime, happy reading your happy ever afters.